This is Football Thoughts.
Hey, mate. United 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. A win at OT. Light work, fam. Light work. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We beat the shit out of Tottenham. A 10-man Spurs did us a favor. We could have scored more goals, 6 to 5 nil, in my opinion. Spurs parked the bus as soon as they lost a man, but even 11v11, these guys won a threat. No attacking threat, no defense. This team is rubbish, people. Romero is a bum. All he has is aggression, no technique, no football IQ. Now, the first 20 minutes, Brian Mbemo had a chance, you know. The spaces we would have found in transition were gone as soon as Romero was sent off because these men wanted to park the bus and do the Jose Mourinho thing, sitting deep with no outlet, because they had no pace and flair when they were attacking up front. Them not having Sonaldo, big problem. So there was no attacking transition from Spurs. They were just in survival mode because we put them there with our attacking transition. Sesko had a chance in the end, which he should have buried. I think he should have had a touch and then buried that in the back of the net. You don't hear that first time, mate. But that's a striker I have my questions about with his football IQ and his technical ability. He still has to adjust to the league. Another outstanding team performance. Great team performance. Michael Carrick seems to have making a trend of having team performances first, which will win us games and get us top four guaranteed. Listen, Harry Maguire was bullying the Tottenham players, bouncing them off at their advertisement board. And him and Lecce, they were doing what was needed to be done at the back. Shaw and Dalot, great game. I'm very surprised. These are two scrubs that need to leave the team. But hey, against Tottenham, they played a decent game. Uncle Casemiro, the best player ever in in this team right now, currently. Every day we're saying that he's the best player every week and is now the best player in this game. Him and Kobe Maino in the double pivot in the midfield are outstanding because they keep their same lines, and it's very hard for teams to play through us in the midfield now that we have both of them. And when Tottenham were a man down, Kobe was playing forward and leaving Cass in the single pivot, which was great, for Kobe because he had nice touches, good setup passing. He controls the game very well in the midfield. I've said this again. Kobe Maino is back. Bruno Fernandes drifting in the game, doing Rabona passes, playing with more freedom. As soon as we were 1-0 up, these are the things that Bruno will do in games like this against teams like Spurs. Against team like Spurs, he has the amount of freedom to do whatever he needs to do, man. Whether he's not completing passes, whether he's not completing transitions, whether he's trying to complete passes, whether he's trying to complete transitions and trying to create chances. Games like this, you'll see a lot of rat behavior of him just running around and just creating havoc on the team's defensive unit. Cunha was great today, almost scored another banger. It seems like Cunha always be almost scoring goal of the seasons, bro. But that's the gunman we have. Brian and Bemu for good goal. Great set piece, thanks to Johnny Evans coaching and drilling that in the training pitch. Brian and Bemu's got 10 goal involvements in 20 games, 9 goals and 1 assist, man. This guy is in form, and that's a gunman that we've been needing for a long period of time. Amad Diallo had a very good game, had a yellow card, but stayed disciplined, had good defensive work rate against Spurs, and was outplaying the Spurs fullbacks. Very good game in general. I can't complain. The team looks good. The team looks very set up, and Michael Carrick and Steve Harlan, Jonathan Woodgate, and Johnny Evans are a great team. They seem to have a good synergy, good chemistry in the coaching staff. And listen, Michael Carrick is that guy. We just gotta stop doubting him because he's English. If this guy was Italian or Spanish, we'd be praising him and saying he's the one. But listen, he has passed every single test that's been given to him with flying colors. with good tactics, with good substitutions. I honestly believe he's leading the race in becoming permanent manager for Manchester United. Now, Luis Enrique is my next option, but that's a big, risk because he's a foreign manager who doesn't know the Premier League. The Premier League is a different animal. I don't want us to start all over again with a fresh foreign manager. I think Carrick understands the league, has the right team to understand the league, and we move on, people. We move on. Like and subscribe. This is Red God TV.